The NASDAQ 100 high-low index, NDXHILO, shows the 5 blue EMA crossed under the red 10 EMA on Friday at 1.57 on the ROC 12. And this is getting quite difficult to make the call to short or not, especially we have the pair trade going on, basically value versus growth. And Powell and Company are having their meeting this coming week, so if they do not hike and in fact cut rates this coming Tuesday, an announcement on Wednesday, then I say that this is a valid signal. So again, we can read the verbiage over here. This is definitely a lagging indicator, so that could play right into our laps in a few days. It runs about 4 days behind, so wait for the big fat cap megatex to move up a little bit prior to the meeting, and maybe the day before the meeting, then short it depending on how high it goes as far as the QQQ, or I'm into the QTech short, so I'll be adding to that pair trade before the meeting in anticipation that they will cut, as I think they should. I mean, he and his company know that this could be a bearish rate cut, because that would just about kill the big fat cap megatex for a while more. And the left behinds, or you can consider it value, could be skyrocketing further. Goes the other way, they wait, well then I say the big fat cap megatex will continue moving up and value will go down, so that trade is going to turn around, and it'd be good to keep tabs on that ratio. See the previous video, IWN long, QTech short, and there's a mid-level there, and that could coincide with the meeting. It's a really tough call on this one, but I am leaning towards shorting or adding more to that pair trade and shorting the big fat cap megatex, go right after the heavy hitters, and that could turn out to be a low risk pair trade or low risk shorting, depending again how high the NDX goes. As you can see, the 5 went under the 10 and a valid call at the ROC 12 negative 1.57, but then you can see the pink line, the NDX did take a leg up, and the short-term KST went under its signal line here. It's headed towards zero, and the intermediate term KST is still flat as a pancake, undecided which way to turn, and the long-term KST is rolling over a little bit, so I'm leaning towards more downside for the big fat cap megatex, but certainly want to get into it with as low risk as possible. So let's give it a few days and see how high the NDX goes. And the NASDAQ composite itself, which consists of, I don't know how many thousands, 3,000, high 2,000 equities in the index, and the big fat cap megatex are only like up to possibly 10 to 20. So you can see that it's faring better than those big fat cap megatech NDX. It has taken a tick up on the CompQ and the NDX, so they're traveling together. 5 is starting to roll over a little bit towards the 10. The 10 is rolling over very ever so slightly, and the 21 EMA is looking pretty solid still. So we'll check back on Tuesday to see if there were any flies on the wall at the FOMC meeting, or any whisper rumors or whatever they want to call it. So yeah, long-term and intermediate term KSTs are sailing away to the upside, no indication of rolling around and turning downside. And the short term did have a little bit of a downturn, so it could be a short-term pullback and then a resumption of the trend.